Flicking to the US markets and data out showing that US retail sales recorded their biggest decline in nearly a year, while jobless claims increased to their highest level in 4 months. Joining me to look at this data is market analyst with CMC Markets, Jasper Lawler. Thanks for joining me, Jasper. Now, US retail sales recorded their largest decline in 11 months in December as demand fell almost across the board. What does this mean coming out of the holiday period?
Well, it is showing a bit of weakness in the holiday period where there was hope that the drop in oil prices, which obviously means a drop in prices of petrol at the pump and a bit of extra change in people's pockets, would lead to an increase in spending. And so that doesn't appear to have happened. We saw a drop in the Black Friday sales, which has its own phenomenon as well, but that in combination with the fall in sales over the Christmas period lends you to think that perhaps this recent jobs report in which we saw a drop in wages was perhaps the bigger contributor to how people decided to spend their money than the drop in oil price.
Data out today, the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits last week increased to the highest level since early September. Is this indicating companies are letting go of more seasonal workers than usual following the holidays, or something more?
There's definitely a seasonal element to this. Typically you see a ramp up in hiring in November in preparation for the holiday period, and then obviously a lot of those are temporary and released in December and January. So that's certainly an element, but I think we have seen a trend higher in jobless claims. We've seen some strong jobs created through the non-farm payrolls report. So overall, you could interpret the U.S. labour market as strong, but in about October, we saw around 260,000 files for unemployment. And that was a multi-year low, but it's been ticking higher a bit. And this 300 mark is typically one that people pay attention to. And this is the first time since late November it's been above 300,000. If that's a continuing trend, it's a worry, and it maybe end up being a drag on non-farm payrolls, and as a result could have people questioning their whole outlook on the US dollar for 2015.
Also out today is core PPI. What is your initial reaction to this data?
Well, my initial reaction to the PPI result was really that it looks very similar to the CPI result, in that you can definitely see the influence of oil prices in there, in that the headline rate decreased because of the decrease in oil, but core prices actually increased. So there you can see there is an underlying inflation coming into the economy, albeit fairly small. Still, prices are kind of picking up in the general economy, but this massive drop of 50% plus that we've seen in the oil price in the last 6 months or so is really dragging down the rest of the headline gauge, and as a result, inflation in general.
Jasper Lawler from CMC Markets with me there. That's all from me for now, but for regular updates and exclusive interviews, keep clicking back to the Dukascopy website. For now, though, it's goodbye.